Hello, welcome back. We got some evocation. It's at 5 now. There are a few things here that are quite good. We can cast a lot of them. But I'm going to keep going. Greater Rectangle would be really nice. At 6 we'll also get Mind Hunt, of course, which we can do. And probably a few other things as well. We don't have any Thaumaturgy yet to actually use Mind Hunt, but it's still kind of important. I'll do a little bit of Conjuration next though, probably. We got Blood 2. No Horror Mark. Still can't forge anything though. I need to forge a Bloodthorn thing, I think. But that's Const 6, I think. But we got Blood 2 at least on him. Pale Riders, Revive King. Battle in Ivermark. Linear. Throwing some ghouls at our provinces. Hits a small amount of province defense. Let's see how worms do against ghouls. Not sure what I'm learning from this. Not a lot. Anyway, he takes the province from us. We kill a few ghouls. Glistening Dew Forest has it. Unrest. That's just a forest though, I don't think it's anything. It's probably an event thing. Battling Javel Kish. You throwing this army into Nazca. Nothing here. That goes fine. Spider battle between Kazia and Lemnos. Nothing there, so that's fine. Packwoods. Nothing there, so that's fine. That's the 2 provinces that Nazca took off first we've taken back. Nazca also threw a scout at our sieging force on his fort. So all in all, nothing too eventful in battles. Events. Splendor and Wave Driver. Nutconjurer Amarant. Hemidiordnan Subson. This is the final one of the robot guys. Low magic, level 2 priest. Other than that, very similar. This guy's a mason. Are they all masons? I can't remember. No. Okay, that's an interesting thing, I guess. I can't really afford to upgrade forts though, but... Chibia, we got a madman and some peasants. Not usually useful. Redweed and Javakish. Maya in Norfangs. 3 and 20 arm in Old Forest. 26 gold and some gems in Ionia. Harsh Law in Great Mountains. 12 gems in Ionia as well. Worldwide event, there's a death match. I could probably send something to that if I wasn't patrolling with everything I've got. Discovered some scouts. Lemnos is almost broken down. Man's been breached. Deep Forest has also been breached. So we can storm that this turn. And Kirkistaculus, permanently vanquished. Goodbye, clowns. Okay, so lots of messages, but not too much actually happening this turn. I sent a message to DM Dracket asking him, hey, are you going to attack me, or shall we de-escalate? And he told me that just waiting to recall his god, and didn't seem to want to de-escalate, so I'm still just patrolling here. It feels stupid. I wish I could just research, but I mean, I put so much money into province defense that I'd feel bad if I didn't have the fight with the province defense now, so I don't know. One of the many reasons not to put loads of province defense on a province, I guess. I'm still just patrolling and moving stuff over there. It looks like this now. My best commander in this province went insane this turn, so I had to move all of the units off him, which is annoying. It's kind of a mess, but I mean, there's so many units here, they're all just kind of bunched up anyway. Maybe he'll walk into us next turn, I don't know. Down here I'm storming the fort. Got 100 Pale Riders now, they're going to help Lemnos, that should crack open quite easily. And other than that, I'm just moving things into Villia and Norfangs. The plan is going to be this. I'm going to, once I've taken Lemnos and Deep Forest, which should both happen quite soon, I'm going to leave these armies quite basic looking. It's just going to be kind of worms and a few commanders over here. All the mages are just going to start researching to get research done. Same sort of story down here. I'm going to kind of just start moving units back now to help fight Selenia. I'm also forging some items. One of the items I'm forging is I'm forging some sacred slime, which I showed off. I'm also forging a crown of command, which just gives you a bunch of command, so that you can lead more troops. It's so that I can teleport a lot of the stuff out of this province once I've taken it. I think having a command item would be quite useful just in general when we have a national teleport spell. Can't teleport over here. Well, that's a point. I can't teleport here either because there's no site here. I forgot about that. I can't... okay. So in theory I'm going to be teleporting some units to help fight here, but I guess I can't do that from either of these places yet. I'll have to march back into a province that has a more, and then I can teleport down here. By the way, the plan is to, once I've taken Lemnos and Old Forest, I'm going to try and move units from here back towards Selenia. I've also started moving some of these units back towards Villia. I'm going to build up forces in Villia and in Northangs, and then try and fight Selenia with what I've got down here, because I don't want him to move any further north than he is at the moment. I guess that'll make more sense over the next few turns, but for now we're just going to storm this fort, finish sieging Lemnos. I'll just ride like skeletons and worms up into Nazca's territory after that. Everything else is going to come back down here. And hopefully this hits us and it goes okay, I don't know. I've got the spirit points over here now as well. There's a bunch of dancers, 3 of them. I mean, it's a pretty nice patrolling force, but he has tons of stuff here. I could walk into him, but it's outside of my... Oh, then again, it does have good scales for the dancers. I don't know. Maybe next turn if it's still like this, I'll just walk onto him and see what happens. It's better than doing nothing, right? So I'm going to start falling behind on research. It's only 200 a turn at the moment. I don't know, we'll see what research looks like next turn when I've taken this fort. And then turn after that when I've taken this fort. I'll put as many of these guys back on research duty as I can. Anything else happening this turn? I don't think so. Still casting Pale Riders and stuff to bring skeletons down. Forging Slakers down. Oh, of course, I'm casting Ecomorphosis. Yeah. So I'm going to cast my global. I'll just put all 57 into it, why not? Shown this off before, but... So, it gives unrest in enemy provinces, it lowers heat if there's heat in enemy provinces, and it lowers growth if there's growth in enemy provinces. Which is all quite good for hurting people. There's also a chance that one province gets attacked by a large monster, which I'll enjoy showing off because I really like that guy. It also lets our site spread without our dominion, and it gives us more free spawn. So it's a pretty nice kind of general global. We'll get that up. Whoops. This guy's insane, don't worry about that. Crown of Command. Still doing arcane probing. I forgot to do it last turn, but... yeah, and the Palisade is going up in Northangs. This is undefended at the moment, but there's going to be troops moving through here. The next few Pale Riders that come out of there are going to be moving through here. The worms that I pick up will go through here too. Alright, ending turn. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on turn 36. Hello, welcome back. It's raining quite heavily here. I'm not sure if the mic will pick that up or not, but if it does, that's what the noise is. We cast Arcane Probing. We found 2 sites. Both of them are in... Well, both of them are in Hibbo. Both of them are 1 pearl per turn, so that's an extra 2 pearls, which is nice. Did the usual enchantments. We got attacked again by Vengeance of the Dead. Still not much of a problem for that commander though. We cast Ecomorphosis, which I'll talk about in a second. Search for some sites with crazy people. Nothing going on there. This is an interesting message. You managed to resist a magically alluring song that was heard from the water. I'm not sure what that's about. Then there was some battles. Some brief ones firstly. Throwing some worms at a couple of province events. These are unfortunately blessed Selenian troops. And as expected, we pretty much just kill ourselves on the fire shield. We are very, very poorly matched against Selenia, unfortunately. That was Gold Mountains, we did not take that back. Next, Selenia attacked into our cave in Crystal Fields with some ghouls. Now, we only had a bit of province defense here. Sinos are pretty good though, apparently. Because they take care of that no problem. So we keep Crystal Fields. Ivermark next. Throwing some worms at another province. This is Selenia with Noblesse. It was a little better. Which is something. But do we get the commander? Place your bets now. We do not. Too fast. How fast is he? 22 with combat speed. So 11 with slow? Maybe he buffed, I didn't notice. He is Water Mage. Next, battle at the fortress in Deep Forest. Now, this is my oldest army. It has some big worm colonies. It has the 2 cubes that I summoned at the beginning of the game. Other than that, it's mostly militia, some peasants, my starting soldiers, and a couple of trees. Into what I expected would be an empty fortress. This is not an empty fortress, unfortunately. This is about 1 billion mages. We have some woodland spirits back here. We have some trolls. We got some sun cult functionaries. We got a bunch of these earth mothers. What else we got in here? Little guys. Mystic of the Earth Mother. Another sun cult functionary. We got a Mero Druid. Lots of condors as well. So, more stuff than I was expecting. I thought this fort was just empty, so I didn't actually script this army or anything. It's still just set up to bless and walk forwards. Given all of those disclaimers, you can probably guess how well this battle goes. Pretty big Gifts of Heaven Communion. Condors go right into the back and kill all my commanders. It is a very cool looking fight though. The gateway is pretty much clogged up. Commanders are all dead. What were the enchantments? We had Howl and Light of the Northern Star. Still not too bad at this point. We've got a couple of things here. If I had a few flying commanders that were in the back here, that probably would have made all the difference. Another thing I could have done is cast Body Ethereal on some of my troops so that they could walk through the walls. A couple of swarms would have given me some flying units as well. But in the end, we were out, unfortunately. And do not ever even make it through the gate. So that's unfortunate. It's a pretty big loss. Mostly because we lost all the mages. The troops aren't really anything interesting. We did lose 30 of the wildlings, unfortunately. And we lost quite a few of the big worm colonies as well. But we're fortunate that the rest of the troops are all just kind of junk. And we can see here, yeah, that was a lot of mages. 9 mystics. 4 Elves of the Earth Mother, 2 of the Mountain Spirits. Initiate, Marrow Druid, 3 of those Sun Cult functionaries, and a Sun Cult Attendant. Yeah. So that was Deep Forest. Obviously it's bad, but at least it does tell us that we shouldn't discount Nazca. Because we've just kind of walked over Nazca's armies up to this point, I didn't expect to actually have to do anything. I thought I was just sitting on an empty fort and I would just walk over it easily. So in one respect, I suppose it's good to be aware that that is not the case now rather than later. Because we did only lose trash, really. But that is still just a rationalization of a pretty bad loss. And next was a fortress, Battle of the Fortress in Man, which there's nothing here, so you can imagine how this goes. I'm not sure how to fight into this blob of units. I wish I hadn't lost all my assassins. This guy's surprisingly tanky. Damn, he can't do anything. So that was man. A bunch of messages next. I got a dancer in Old Forest. We got another Moor in Umbral, which is good. And one in Kareen too, which is good. Aspects of the Untamed Maker with a couple of tree units in Uuodeouda. Doesn't quite make up for the ones I just lost, but it's a few. In Elderhill, you have Redweed. All the messages are slightly different now because we don't need Dominion to spread Redweed, so we get the Redweed has spread to Elderhill, assisted by the ongoing Ecomorphosis. We got some Teeth in the Hills in Haloma, another Dancer in Shibia. We got a Mire in Nace, Redweed in Crystal Fields. We got a Skull Mentor in Norfangs, which is nice. Income in Elderhill, and a Diaportant. This is a custom message for Ecomorphosis. It's the best you can do. Modding doesn't support actual Diaportants, so there's just a unique message that will go off the first time it gets cast. There's also the Arena Deathmatch. Nobody really sent anything to it. Yeah, La Mancha won it. Well done, La Mancha, with this guy. Lemnos has been breached and we can storm it. The other fort's still not being weakened, and investing heavily in OnlyFans is our first Hall of Fame hero. He got Iron Will, which is pretty good because he keeps getting blasted by Vengeance of the Dead. So maybe the little bit of extra magic resistance will help him out. He's on 11 now, so maybe not, but it's something. Alright, so now what? Well, the plan was just to take this fort and then just move units backwards and start researching, I guess. Can't really do that now because we're beaten. The only thing we've got left is this little group of stuff in Ivermark. But we'll still move on to the second part of the plan, which is just build up forces in Villia and try and fight this blob army. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it exactly. So lots of red arrows just moving towards Villia. Nothing really too interesting to say. There's Long Dead coming from here, there's everything that's coming out of portals is getting sent here at the moment. Just not a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is worms, which is not useful. So that's really all that's going on in this area. One of the dancers we just got is Astral 4, which is lucky. I'm going to have him start forging penetration items, because this guy would be able to do mine hunts at some point. I'm also rolling out these little N1 assassins. We've got the D1 assassin in man. He'll do an assassination to see if he gets lucky. And then I'll roll the N assassins down to see if they can do anything. I'm forging some miscellaneous items to give to them. And I guess they'll be scripted to just do Eagle Eyes and Vine Arrow or something. And we'll just try and delay things down here while we build up forces in Villiers to try and fight this. Over here in Florian, I've decided to just cut my losses. It's a shame that we sunk so much money into province defense, but I'm not patrolling anymore. Let's start doing some actual research. We need to get some spells online. I'm still going to finish evocation because I think that Greater Rectangle will help quite a lot in fights whenever it's actually castable. And Mind Hunt will be quite good as well once we get the Thaumaturgy up. So with that in mind, let's try and get evocation finished and then get the Thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy would also get us Vengeance of the Dead as well, I think. Yeah, at 4, which is another one we could make quite good use of. We've got quite a few N2 D1 mages. We need an Astral Booster though, which means maybe we should get Construction 6 as well, I don't know. But certainly Soul Slayer would be good to make use of Mind Hunt. And then I'd still like to get some Conjuration as well for Tangleheart related spells, which will be very good for defending forts. This one's at 7 as well. So that's a general plan. I need some kind of ranged attack ritual spells that I can use to attack Selenia's army with. Vengeance of the Dead is the only one I could use against them because they've got Astral, I guess. I'll try the Assassins down here as well. And then I'll just try building up units that aren't going to get wrecked by the Bless. I still need to wait until this does something because I've got good mages and things over here as well. I mean, the spirits would be nice to use against Selenia too. But until this makes a move, I can't leave the throne abandoned, I don't think. I think that would be a mistake. It's kind of a tough situation because if I move from Florian, then I'll be invaded by this giant stack. But in the meantime, there's the stack in man, so damned if I do, damned if I don't, really. That's how it feels. I'm getting a lab up in Keepus. We'll get Strange Bedfellows up in that province next turn. I think I'm moving the N3 guy, yeah. And other than that, the only thing of note really is that I'm storming the fort in Lemnos. I've learnt my lesson from that last battle. I'm not going to take this one for granted. I've moved stuff around and scripted it differently. I've got my ethereal units in the front. Put them way in front, because why not? They can walk through walls, so they're off to the sides and set to attack rear. I've got one big block of whites here that has all of my mages here that can buff. The whites are going to get ethereal quickness, maybe some resist buffs and stuff like that. And then the giant block of worms will move forwards and go through these guys as well, so to hopefully pick up a few buffs too. Down here is the useless kind of N1 mages who will just be doing some vine arrows. And the useless kind of E1 and water 1 mages will be doing earth grips and stuff. And then we've got 3 D2 mages arranged like this who will be doing hordes of skeletons. With a guy in the middle who will be spamming body ethereals on them, hopefully. And everything else will just walk forwards as usual. Let's move these things back a bit. I don't want things moving forwards before the ethereal stuff has gone forwards. Something like that, maybe. That's how everything's set up at the moment. Nothing too different other than that. We're still going to be doing a Quagmire. He can do a fire resistance as well. Hit some things with fire res. Because I assume people will script fire spells against us if they have them. So we'll storm that. We'll build up Force in Villiers. And we're just researching now while we wait to see what this stack does. And then we'll try and do something about Selenia. It does bring us to the last battle we had, which was in Wick Forest. This is the Fickle Myriad. which is from Ecomorphosis. This is a giant monster that attacks enemy provinces. I'm gonna have to change the way the events are set up because well, I don't know, I mean, we'll see how it goes. But the way the Fickle Myriad works is it is a big monster with a bunch of tentacles. It auto-casts Quagmire at the beginning of the combat. And it will roll around the world, attacking land provinces that do not have mountains and do not have forts. Oh, so that's Wake Forest. So that's over here. The Fickle Myriad belongs to us, so the provinces it takes are ours for all the good that does us. In this case, though, it does give us a fire gem and a water gem a ton, so that's something. So hopefully the Fickle Myriad keeps taking provinces. It's nice that it hit DM Drac at first. Because of the way events get checked, though, it's hard to set up an event that can happen anywhere in the world, but only once. Because Dominions always checks each province sequentially from the lowest to the highest, I believe. So it's quite telling that this province is province 2. Makes sense. I think there's a risk that this global might just hit low numbered provinces over and over, rather than having a chance to hit any province, if you know what I mean. So I guess we'll see how it works in this game. Might have to change it slightly, which would be unfortunate. But that's boring technical stuff. In terms of the turn, I think we've covered pretty much anything. I've just checked what else I'm doing. Forging a couple of Skull Talismans for the N assassins I'm sending out. Teleporting some guys to Villia. Acorns for the same reason. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll get some research done, we'll storm Lemnos, and then we'll see how this region develops. We still haven't lost that much territory down here is the thing. We've only really lost Man. The first major fight we've lost. And we can still start raiding Nazca from the back as well, so all of that is still unchanged, I guess. So that was turn 36. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. Leave a comment if you are. Or if you're not. Or, you know, whatever. And I'll see you on turn 37.